You can't turn from me. Good morning.
Happy Monday, everybody.
The technical difficulties continue since every American everywhere is on the interwebs and we're breaking it. We can no longer go live from our computer.
So now we are on our phone.
Keeps kicking us off. So
you guys,
we're here.
Boogie said since now we don't have to run to an appointment right after this, and we can take a little longer if we want to. He
has something to say.
He has something to say. The first thing he has to say is that he wanted to join everybody this morning and say good morrow.
He got off of his cozy bed over there to come say hi to you.
Yep. I think that Boogie's famous. Somebody today wanted to join the page. She said, I've been invited here. I don't know you guys, but I know Boogie. Boogie. Is that true, Boogie?
Dude, you're stealing all the thunder. What's
How
up?
can
Are you
you-
going to start writing all the programs and sending all the emails and responding to all the people?
Who in here is a dog mom or a dog dad? What kind of puppy do you have? Okay, so this is really interesting, this time that we're living in. Last night when we were in bed, I was telling Erin, I'm like, this is crazy because we're living through a historic time. Like 100 years from now, people are going to be talking about this.
This is we're making history.
Yeah, we all are making history, you guys. This is insane.
Which you could see as a good thing or not a good thing.
Exactly. There's a lot of challenges and adversities that everybody's facing, but it's up to you to choose whether you want to adapt to the changes or whether you're just going to resist it. Now,
Meltdown.
Now, my message to you is, remember, what you resist persists. So, I recommend that you highly adapt. This is exactly what my post yesterday was about. It was be more like water. Water is a beautiful element because it adapts to whatever external environment it's in. Like, imagine if humans were to be like water. Life will be a lot more fluid.
Everybody knows Boogie. Good morning, Erin, Sarit, and Boogie.
Good morning. But let's really take a moment to talk about our health and the importance of our health. And this is not even coronavirus related. This is not related to the pandemic at all. Though if you are healthier and you have a better immune system, then the severity of the pandemic is not going to affect you like it would affect somebody who is not as healthy. I think at this point we all know that isn't obvious.
I think that any topic is a topic relating to the coronavirus. You can't get away from it right now because even in our industry, now there are personal trainers out of work right now because they work at Globo gyms, which we used to be a part of, and within just our industry. Now, the world is massive. We know how so many people are being affected by this, but just in our industry, because that's what we know, like people are, and this is an example, and this is with aim to inspire you to choose, am I going to make this history for myself epic, or am I going to make this history for myself one of the lowest lows ever? So as a personal trainer, not being able to go to your gym and train your clients and do all that, like what else are you left to do? on the other hand, the amount of internet activity surrounding, just like, you know, you and I are doing these like live workouts. We put together literally a 14-day program for you guys specifically because of this situation. You know, so you can jump on an opportunity to help more people and keep yourself occupied and busy with productivity, or you can sit and do nothing but puzzles or stare at the wall. And so, you know, regardless, and there's always a silver lining. So the beauty within this whole pandemic, I would challenge you to find for yourself, like, what is the beauty in this for you? I know for us, it's bringing massive awareness to our health. Massive awareness and attention to how well we need to take care of ourselves. And that's a beautiful thing, I would say. It's unfortunate that a circumstance that we're going through right now has to be the driver of that. However, I'm excited that people are going to be focused on it, at least for the time being, and hopefully after this is all over. That's my 2 cents right now.
And what was the one thing that you asked them?
Oh, are you going to make history for yourself epic, or the worst valley you've had in your life?
So now for anybody who's in the room right now, I want you to write in the comments and comment whether you're going to make this history epic or not. If you're in this room, we know that you're the kind of person who wants to make this history epic. Now,
you're either here because you love us, you love Boogie, or you're just bored out of your mind and you're like, somebody's live, I'm going to see what's going on. Regardless. Good morning, Janine, Sam, Michael, Morgan, Sam, Nate, Dawn, Jeanette.
So if you're going to make this history epic, we want to hear how. How are you going to do that? Like, what is your game plan? So now, let's talk about wellness a little bit and the importance of wellness on your entire life. So now, here's the thing. Last night, when we were having dinner, we were watching this show, like movie series.
We don't watch TV all the time, so when we do, we're like, okay, let's make it worth it.
Yeah. It's called Self-Made, and it's based on a true story, and you know, it really helps to bring things into perspective. So, health is one of those things it is the number one gift somebody can ever ask for. And here's why. If you don't have health, you don't have anything. And this story last night was about the first African-American woman who became a millionaire in the 1900s. Extremely successful. She created the brand called Jer Walker, and it's basically like a hair brand, and it's a company that's still successful. Like, literally, she created a legacy. But what happened was she never put her health as a priority. So what do you think happened to her life? Do you think her life was cut short and she was able to see all the legacy that she created? Well, yes, she was able to see, you know, however long she lived. But do you think that she would have been able to make a greater impact? Do you think that her performance could have towards, you know, the last bit of her life could have improved had she been healthier?
What age did she die at? It was earlier than what natural causes would have been.
Yeah, I think it was like 50, something like that. Which, I mean, for modern society, 2020 right now, like, forget the coronavirus, it's hard to forget that, but like 50, that's a really young age, right? Like, you're like basically halfway through your life. So, you know, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, she created such a massive legacy and she only lived such a short life. Like imagine how much more could have been done had she lived longer. So now, here's the thing, you guys. We're all in this together right now. We really are, right? But there is one thing that you need to start honing in on. And if you're in this room, you're probably making your health a priority to some degree already. But right now, this is your time to take it to the next level. Because for one, let's shed some light and bring more awareness to the importance of health, or to the gift of health, and what is the price that you have to actually pay when you don't have health, right? Like, what is the price that you would pay to cut your life short by a few decades? Or what is actually the cost of healthcare when you get sick? Like when I mean sick, I mean terminally ill sick, at a younger age. So now the coronavirus is a major thing. And for one, if you're healthier, even if God forbid you were to not be susceptible, if you were to get infected with the coronavirus, you'll be able to handle it a lot differently than, let's say, somebody whose health condition is compromised. That's for one. But for two, something else that we still have to remember is, coronavirus or not, there's still hundreds of thousands of people who die each year from chronic illnesses that are all due to lifestyle choices, right? All due to the decisions that we make, for better or for worse, right? So right now, we live in a weird time because it's almost like time has stopped, right? Unless you're in the healthcare industry or in the, essentials industry, like, working on essential grocery stores. Like for you, it's probably like, kind of like game day every day right now. And thank you if you're working, in any of these fields. But, the reality is that because time has stopped now, it provides you an opportunity to really start focusing on what matters. Because here's one thing that we hear very often, and I'm sure that some of you guys will agree. Let's say if somebody has a hard time making their health a priority, chances are is that because they're just not committed, or because they don't have the time management skills in order to implement some strategies to help elevate their health and wellness to some degree. So they come up with the excuse of, I don't have much time. Now, guess what? Whether you're an Olympic athlete, an extremely successful business person, or a mom, or whether you're a student, it doesn't matter, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. I want to give a shout out to somebody who's in the room right now, Ubaid, who is an incredible doctor. Thank you for what you do. And thank you for choosing to make your health a priority. We started working together 8 weeks ago. And he's a perfect example of somebody who is literally working 24-hour shifts, right? We all have the same hours in a day. We all can, okay? But right now is the perfect time for you to start elevating your health in a way that's even more than what you've actually done, because you have more time freedom on your hand in general, right?
If we just think about, if we just think about,
he wants
he can stay there. The amount of things that happen within a 1 year time frame. Now, we can see how much can happen within a 1 month time frame. But if you think, now, if we're talking about health, and we'll give you guys some tips and some strategies and some things that you can focus on, in these unique times to better your health and to put yourself in the best situation that you can. But right now, if you can just think about the amount of things that happen within 1 year, and 1 year might not seem like a lot when we're talking about 60 or 70 or 80 or 90 years, right? However, lifestyle habits and food habits, food behaviors, I would say eating behaviors, like people's relationship with food, can affect the amount of years literally that you live. And you know, one of the things that we really believe is that food is one of the most underutilized medicines and one of the most abused forms of drug. And, you know, I just got farted on. And I can smell it. But anyways, if you think about, it is such a silent killer. Our poor eating habits, you know, processed foods, sugary, like cereals and things that we don't realize. Yes, every once in a while, fine, like enjoy life. But if it's something that is done on a consistent basis, you are actually robbing years from your life and you don't even realize it. You don't realize it because you don't feel the effects until it's too late, because it becomes a new normal. The human body is amazing and smart in a sense that it will adapt to whatever environment or stimulus you put it in. So if you're having donuts every morning or chocolate chip muffins from Costco every morning for breakfast, you adapt to a compromised environment. So nothing feels wrong, but if you start gaining weight, then you can physically see the manifestation of how poorly you're treating your body. And I think that is deep down one reason why nobody wants to be overweight. You know you're not treating yourself well. You know that you could be doing better. Now, internally, you may not feel the effects immediately, and that's unfortunate. But what's happening is that over the years, that accumulates, and you're literally robbing years from your life by engaging in poor eating habits, poor lifestyle habits, right? Being sedentary, eating, processed or highly processed foods on a regular basis. It's taking things away from you. It's taking health away from you. A smoker might say that they breathe fine until they stop smoking, and then they realize how fine they weren't breathing. So you adapt to the environment and the stimulus that you put yourself in. So don't wait until shit gets too rough for you to turn it around.
Yeah.
You might already be in that situation, and you know what? We are where we are, and everything in life shapes you either in a way you want to be or don't want to be. So my encouragement to you would be today, begin treating yourself as though you want to add those years back onto your life. They're not going to catch up with, you're not going to feel the effects, but in 10, 20, 30, 50 years, depending on how old you are, you're going to feel it. When you're 60, do you want somebody to have to help you with your groceries? Do you want somebody to have to carry them from your car to your house for you? Do you want to be immobilized? Do you want to be dependent? Like, nobody wants these things. Like, our independence and our freedom is one thing, especially in this country, that we are so massive on, right? Freedom of everything.
So now,
yet, can I say also, we're so on this, like, you know, I want freedom of choice and freedom of speech and freedom of, you know, where I work and who I marry and, you know, what friends I have and, you know, all these things. But when you have poor eating habits, you are putting yourself in jail nutritionally and health-wise. So you're not really free.
So now, you know, weight loss and health aside, I want to ask each and every one of you guys who are currently in the room a question. And the question is, again, weight loss and health aside, what is one area in your life that you want to improve?
Write in the comments. This is the time where you interact.
So now, As we're going to get some comments coming in, it could be your marriage. It could be your career. It could be your
Education.
It could be your level of influence on your community, or it could be how many friends are in your circle.
Could be your finances.
It could be your fitness, right? Like maybe you want to become a professional athlete, right? So now, here's the thing, you guys. Anything in life that you want to improve on is dependent on one thing and one thing only. And that is your health. And here's why. And here's why we're so avid about this. Because everything in life is dependent on your wellness or lack of thereof. If you want to improve your career, you know that when you look like a badass, when you look like a boss,
when you show up to a meeting with epic confidence because you love the way that you look and how your body shines in your clothes,
are you more likely to get a raise? Are you more likely to get when you get a higher position, how do you call it? A promotion? Right? Are you more likely to become more successful in your career? Are you going to be more likely to influence other coworkers, so now that they will look up to you and by default you will become more successful? Will your boss treat you with more respect?
Like, just think, when you lack confidence and you walk into the office building, or you walk into a room or a party or a gathering or whatever, when you don't have confidence, you walk in hoping people don't look at you. You walk in hoping that people don't see what you see when you look in the mirror, and you're self-conscious about it, right? When you walk into a room and you demand presence because your confidence fills the entire room, because nothing can stop you, because you internally feel and absolutely love and have full confidence in the way you look, which allows you to present yourself to your highest standard, you get places.
So Dawn, I want to challenge you. What is stress coming in the way of? Like, what elements of your life? Like, is it family, work, relationship? And then Michael, can you scroll down to Michael's comment?
He said confidence is leadership and respect.
Exactly. So now let's talk about like leadership and respect, right? Like, I want you guys to think about the most successful people in the world right now. Like, think about the one person who inspires you most. And I want you to think about them walking onto a stage.
Who's yours?
The most inspiring person in the world?
To you.
J-pop. Our mentor. How about you?
Well, the first person that came to mind was Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, amazing.
There's a lot of wicked inspiring
So
people.
let's think about, who's the most inspiring person for you? So let's think Ellen DeGeneres, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Oprah, right? Like, Oprah has struggled with her weight a lot, so I think that she's exceptional. But
there's always an exception.
When you think about somebody who's extremely successful and has their life together, and they walk into a stage, and you know that they're extremely inspiring and their leadership is incredible as well, what is something else that you notice about them too?
I wonder though how much more, like, to be honest, like, Oprah's very spiritual, and so her internal environment, I would say, is extremely, like, her mental and her state
fortitude
is insanely healthy. Her physical body, I wonder how much more she would even be capable of, to be honest, if there wasn't so much
ups and downs.
Yeah. To be honest, like, let's be real. Like, now people say you can be healthy and overweight. I disagree. You can be some kind of healthy in one way or another, but you don't have full health. Because if your organs are physically trapped by body fat and they are suffocating, I would argue you don't have full health. Now, you can be mentally healthy, you can be emotionally healthy, absolutely. You can still inspire and transform the world, but I would argue you don't have full health because your life is going to be cut shorter than it needs to be because of that.
Yeah. So now here's the thing, right? Like the one person who inspires you most, I bet you that person is probably in really good shape. Why?
My papa.
Because they know that if they're not in an incredible shape, and it doesn't matter whether they're 60, right? Like look at Grant Cardone, look at Tony Robbins, look at Ellen DeGeneres, right? Like they're all in an incredible shape, right? Because they know 100% that if their health is not on point, their life stops. So now life has basically stopped for everybody. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, for the most part. I mean, it's up to you to choose whether you want to become resourceful and create more opportunities for yourself. But, you know, we're all isolated, equally isolated.
Michael said, please help the celebrity chefs. Adam from Man vs. Food was in bad shape last I remember. So send a message to Adam for us. And say,
I love him. He's such a funny guy.
If anybody ever wants to volunteer themselves to send a message to any kind of celebrity or connection that you have saying that we can help them, I would not be upset.
Yes, if you know them on a personal level. But your health literally impacts every single area of your life. So whatever it is that you want to improve, whether it's your career, whether it's your marriage, whether it's anything else, you have to hone in on your health first. So now, since things have slowed down a lot for most of us, and you know, you have more of the time element, right? Though that is something that you create, it is now your time to really take it to your to the next level with your health. So now, last week we started coming up with ideas, you know, as things started shutting down, we're like, okay, what do people need right now? What do our people need? And then with time, as more days went by, you know, we were starting getting questions with some people like who were struggling with certain things, and we're like, okay, what is it that you guys need right now in order to really elevate? The reality is that just because we're in isolation, your health doesn't stop. It's exactly the opposite, especially because the level of your immunity right now is going to affect how your body will respond once you get the coronavirus, right? We know we're all susceptible to getting the coronavirus. That's why we need to be in isolation, right? However, if your health status is better, you're not going to be nearly as affected as somebody whose health status is poor, right? Like this is like dramatic. This is really important to talk about. And that's why we came up with all these incredible ideas. So for any of you guys who don't know this yet, last Tuesday, we put together the 14-day Rise Above program. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
free 14-day program with body weight workouts you can do at home, followed by a 5-minute simple, peaceful, guided meditation, and then gratitude.
Yeah.
For 14 days.
For 14 days. On Saturday, we started doing the workouts live, okay? Because we all know that it's one thing to have a gym membership, but it's another thing to actually go to the gym. Now, I'm giving you this analogy because it's one thing to download a free program, especially when it's free. But it's another thing to do it.
Doing a free program is actually, I would argue, one of the hardest things because there's no value in it if you don't pay for it, right? So our encouragement to you is we want to give to you, but at the same time, we want you to utilize it. I don't know if it's unfortunate, actually. I would say it's not because it makes the world go round. But a lot of times we have to pay for things in order to actually focus on it. There's a saying that goes, when you pay attention. And it's the truth. When you pay, you're invested. When you pay, you're more likely to follow through because you have something to lose at that point. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know where you were going to go next, but I'm guessing.
So So we put together the 14-day Rise Above program. And on Saturday, we started doing the workouts live. So that for anybody, regardless of what fitness level you're at, by the way, this is meant for anybody. It doesn't matter whether you're advanced and you've been training for like 10 years, like we have, or whether you're just getting started. This is perfectly perfect because it's all body weight. And it's safe and it's effective. Only 30 minutes a day, okay? In order to show you how the workouts are done in the case that you're confused. How many times in life, because you didn't understand something, you're like, I'm not gonna bother. It's called paralysis by overanalysis. You're like, you know.
I don't know, so I'm not gonna look, and I'm just not gonna do
right,
it.
and we know that our level of programming is very high. And for some people, unless you have a certain amount of understanding, their chances are you're not gonna be familiar with what we're telling you to do. So we're going live on videos so that you guys can actually see how we're executing it.
You can do the workout with us. Is the main thing actually is the community, like a group class.
And then of course doing it together with us because it's more fun that way, right? But then again, over the weekend we've a lot of people.
By the way, to stay on that track real quick, workouts 1 and 2 of the 14-day are both on YouTube. And I believe emailed out. Not sure if we have your email. If we don't, you should send it to us because there's a lot of insanely awesome things coming through the email these weeks because we know how much help everybody needs. We are doing workout number 3 today at 8 a.m. Pacific time live on this page. So if you want to get your workout in and you want to do it with us, it's been absolutely amazing and so much fun to have the group that keeps joining us for the last couple of days. We only can hope that more people continue joining us over the next 11 days. And they will be put on YouTube. They will be posted on the page just so you can do them afterwards if you missed the live. But join us because that would be amazing. Okay, now, over the weekend, yesterday.
So over the weekend, you know, some people reached out to us and told us, okay, look, like, I'm starting to now face a new struggle. Like I've been consistent with my workouts, but now that I'm at home all the time, the kitchen keeps on calling my name and I don't know how to avoid it. So now raise your hand if you're feeling pretty familiar with that, and if the kitchen has been calling your name.
Give us an emoji hand in the comments.
Or the cookie jar keeps opening up when you tell it, no, close.
Treats keep falling into your mouth by accident.
So now we know that training is one thing, right? And that's the easy part. But really, when it comes to your results, 80% of it is nutrition related. And that's why we were inspired by you guys to put together a 28-day wellness challenge. So now, last night, we put together a wellness challenge. Some of you guys have already registered for it. So now, the purpose of this 28-day Beat the Coronavirus Weight Gain Challenge.
I didn't see any emoji hands, by the way.
The purpose of it is to give you guys strategies with regards for nutrition as well, and to hold you accountable for it to a higher degree with given direction and structure.
It's also accountability. It's also community. It's also a way to connect during this time of being so isolated, to be in a group of people, not just this Facebook group, but we made a private Facebook group for the people who have already signed up for that. If you've already signed up, you'll be getting email this week shortly within the next couple of days to join that Facebook group. We've run this challenge before for $50. And we're making it stupid easy for you to join. It doesn't matter if you're already in one of our one-on-one programs, if you're already in one of our group programs, if you bought the Badass Fit Body Custom Nutrition Program. I know several of you have done that. If you've entered the burn zone programs, regardless of anything that you're doing with us already, this is for you. If you're not already doing some kind of program with us that's actually paid and involved and in a group setting, this is for you. We're literally doing this for $27 for 28 days. So it's like, 96 cents a day? It is stupid cheap, because we understand that a lot of people are concerned with their finances right now. 4 weeks. It's basically a nutrition challenge. We call it a wellness challenge because we're going to incorporate more even than we have in the past. But you get an app on your phone where you can, check off different tasks that you've completed throughout the day. It's interactive. There's a Facebook group where you can go and you can make friends, connect with people, be accountable.
There's a live leaderboard, so you can see how you stack up with other people if you're competitive.
You do
wink, wink, Alex, Jeanette.
You get also, you do get a custom nutrition platform, which if you signed up for the Badass Fit Body nutrition program, you're going to use that same platform. But in this, you're going to get the app, you're going to get the community, you're going to get the accountability, you're going to get the coaching, because we'll be going live every single week on Facebook in that private group. $27. Like, if you have a $27 problem to focus on your health, then you have bigger problems. But I would say that health at this point is the number one thing that is going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially in this time. And, it's not about the money for us. That's why it's $27. Where are we going to make $27? Right? But there are limited spots. So, and we're starting next Monday. If you want to know more details, the link is everywhere on our page. Go anywhere and everywhere. It says Quarantine Wellness Challenge. That is the name of it. And it's starting on Monday, 1 week from today. It's starting on the 30th. So if you're even halfway or a 16th of the way considering, just do it.
Because spots are limited.
You actually have nothing to lose. We're only promoting it for this week. So jump in while you can. It's going to be epic. If you have questions, ask us. But even if you have questions, you should just sign up or just go to the page, because it might answer your questions. This is our way of giving back, to help as many people as we can. We made it so cheap because we want to help a quantity, right? I'm headed to meet, running my hubby distance course. I don't know if that means you're in the group right now watching the live, or if you're in the nutrition or the wellness program.
I think she means she either signed up or is going to sign up. It's pouring here.
Can you guys hear that? Listen. SoCal, pouring rain, monsoon.
So, yeah, like Erin said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Also, just like we said for the 14-day Rise Above program, invite all your friends, because the reality is, imagine how much more successful you'll be if you have a few of the people that you love and are basically going on the same journey with you, doing this with you. Number one, it'll be more fun. Number two, you'll have higher accountability.
And if you are doing it and you're having a lot of fun, like, snap a photo real quick of your screen or something. If you're live with us, snap a photo of your screen or take a selfie or both and post it on the wall. Like, right now is the time where we need the most connection, and this is the best way that we have to utilize it. Yep. So stay connected, be funny, like, be real, be authentic. Be sad if you're sad, be happy if you're happy, but just be with other people. Without human connection, we find depression. And then when we're depressed, we eat, and then we eat because we're depressed, and then we get fat, and then we eat because we're fat, and we're fat because we eat. And these are all things that we're here to help you stay on the other side of.
Yeah.
So, we love you guys, and we're so grateful for you being here every day. We have to announce the winner of the Community Builder Challenge.
Yep.
Which is Ashley Riddle. I actually didn't see her jump in the room today, but we don't always see everybody who comes into the room. So congratulations to Ashley Riddle. We will reach out to you for your prize. You are getting the NutriQ assessment from Dr. Tennant, along with the CBD. We did the CBD sleep, right? CBD sleep by X Endurance. So we will need some information to get those things to you.
That's all we got for you guys. Remember, 8 a.m. we're going to be doing a live group workout.
That is 45 minutes from now.
Workout number 3. So go get another cup of coffee.
Grab your water, set up your yoga mat, find a space in your house.
Wake up your kids, set their yoga mats up. Maybe eat a little snack. Make sure it's not cookies though. Sign up for the wellness challenge. It's only going to take literally 2 minutes. Remember, spots are limited and we want to see you guys there before we announce it in other places. We will see you at 8 a.m. and we'll get rocking and rolling. We hope that you guys have a beautiful morning in the meantime, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day, you guys.